Hey everyone, this is First Warning Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Brad Penham. Just a quick update on the Bonnie forecast, now that it's a depression, and what's going to happen at the beach, but more importantly, what's going to happen with the Coca-Cola 600 later today, because it's pouring right now in many locations around Charlotte. You can see the circulation center down to the south. I'm going to turn off the Hurricane Center forecast because they haven't really updated it yet. The storm made landfall near Isle of Palms this morning at about 8:30. You can see the circulation now over Charleston. But notice on the coast, this is why I was preaching forever not to change your weekend plans, because even though we just had a tropical depression make landfall in Charleston, look at the Outer Banks south. We've got sunny skies right now, and actually even in Charleston, as miserable as the weather's been in the last 12 to 14 hours, it was a deluge last night. We're starting to see sunshine come out, and we could see better weather today. Now, we're still going to see scattered showers. It's breezy, but actually the worst weather is inland, and that leads me to what's going on in Charlotte. We've got scattered showers right now in the Charlotte area. But here's the good news. I think as we get later into the day, we're going to see some improving conditions. There's the circulation center. You see the big winds just offshore. Those winds are likely going to stay in the coastal water. So if you are going to the beach today, make sure you're very careful. Rip currents have been horrible along the coast. There were several rescues yesterday in Carolina Beach. Saw some rescues even here in the Folly Beach area because of all the rip currents and the undertow. It's pretty nasty. So if you're not an experienced swimmer, don't go in above your waist level, because it's really nasty. So what's going to happen later today? Obviously, Coca-Cola 600 is a big deal. Let's turn all our data off here and let's look at the model data, because there are some signs that we're going to see better weather this afternoon. So this is our short range model, which runs every hour out to 15 hours. So we'll be keeping an eye on this. This is this morning. You see the bands of showers. Watch me put this into the future here. We'll go out to 2 o'clock this afternoon. Notice just scattered showers on the coast, some heavier rain bands inland, but even some breaks around the Charlotte area. The heavy rain looks to be down in the low country of South Carolina into the Midlands. Let's go into this afternoon. We'll go to 5 o'clock, which is just before the race. Notice we've got some breaks in the rain, but there's still showers out there. I do think there's going to be rain at some point, either at the start of the race or at some point during the race, but it's not going to be a complete washout. I just don't see that happening right now. I think there's going to be a window of getting some racing in. So let's go to 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, here we are. Just based on the short range models, you can see there are some breaks. Now, this is going to be tough to get a lot of laps in without getting wet, and obviously it takes time to dry the track. But as we get later into tonight, you can see the rain bands become more scattered. There's a pretty good one to the east, but notice over the Charlotte area, it's still dry. Here we are at 9 o'clock, and it's still dry for the most part. Now, that's not saying it's going to be dry the whole time, but you get the idea. There'll at least be some breaks. Now, it looks like another rain shower tries to move in around midnight. So this is what we'll be dealing with at the track in the race today. Yes, there's going to be rain around, but there'll be windows of dry weather in between that we could get some racing in. Remember, it's a 400 lap race, 600 miles. They only have to get 301 miles or over 200 laps to be an official race. So I still think there's a 50-50 shot we get 200 miles or 200 laps in and 301 miles for a half a race. So still very optimistic about getting some racing in tonight, but just plan on rain being around at some point during the race. I mean, it's going to be impossible for us to stay dry the entire time. So again, there's the latest on Bonnie. I'll put the radar back up. You can see the worst weather inland if you're on the coast. We preached about this for a while. The sun is out, it's windy, the rip currents are nasty, but it's not a washout. I had a lot of people ask me, hey, I'm at the beach, should I go home? No, because the weather's actually worse in Charlotte right now than it is at the beach. So I would stay at the beach, because even though we're going to see scattered showers today and tomorrow, it still looks a lot better than the weather back inland. That's the latest. I'll keep things up to date throughout the afternoon. Try to stay dry, enjoy the weekend. Remember, it's just the weather. You can't do anything about it. Enjoy time with family. Remember, it's a Memorial Day weekend. This has more to do with weather, barbecuing, and being at the beach. And make sure you're remembering everybody who fought and served for this country.